Scoreless inning for David Thomas in the top half of the first. Let's take a look at the Huskies lineup. Josh Duarte will lead it off. He's hitting .400 now on the year. Max Coop will hit second, 10 for his last 16 at the plate. Brylan West, a welcome sight, will return to the lineup for the first time since July 4th. Kaysen Wells with 3 RBIs yesterday will hit 7th. Tyler Leroy back in the 9 will hit 8th. And Raymond Velasquez will also return and bat 9th. Defensive alignment for Thunder Bay. Left to right in the outfield, Kehoe, Chestnut, Johnstone. On the left side of the infield, Lewis and Engskov. On the right side, Kuriger and Pena, with Jonas Sutton doing the catching for Carson Shepard. Shepard, the right-hander out of Buna, Texas, redshirt sophomore from Texas A&M University, Kingsville.
He had a really good start in his first start of the season. Went 4 innings against Eau Claire. 1 run was given up. He took the loss because it was a 1-0 loss, but a guy who's got a lot of experience, started 6 games in the spring, and he's going to compete a lot.
Josh Duarte to lead it off. And my goodness, did he have a day yesterday. Went 5 for 5 with a walk, 4 RBIs, his first home run of the season.
Yeah, he was the whole package. You know, we joked on the broadcast yesterday if he can add the home run ball to his arsenal, and that's just another thing that
drives that one into right. Back goes Johnstone. He'll make the grab for out number 1.
Well, a loud out for him. He put some decent contact on the ball. Obviously had the 2 doubles as well yesterday. And that's what Shepard's going to do. He's going to get some fly balls. I'm going to trust his defense to make plays. Again, only gave up 2 hits in his first start of the season. And he's going to be a strike thrower. He has yet to give up a walk this year. Obviously, a small sample size, only 4 1/3 from Shepard, but he will compete in the strike zone. And we saw that at Texas A&M Kingsville in the spring, 40 strikeouts to only 22 walks in 38 1/3.
Max Coop at the dish, and he's been swinging a really hot bat. I mentioned 10 for his last 16 at the plate. Got his average up to 320, 2 for 5 yesterday.
I think the most impressive thing about the streak, too, that Coop has been on, he's on a 4-game hitting streak right now, but all 4 of those have been multi-hit games, and so he's constantly coming through multiple times in the game, which is exactly what you're looking for in a guy like Coop.
Chop slowly to third. Lewis just in time to get Coop, and a nice play.
Yeah, that was a really nice play, especially against the speed that the Huskies have. Sometimes even if that throw is perfect, they're not able to retire Huskies runners, and really nice throw from Lewis on that left side.
Brandon Compton at the plate, and he had an interesting day yesterday. Went 0 for 2, but he had 4 walks. You see his runs batted in there. 36, tied for the league lead with his teammate Mike Hallquist.
Yeah, Compton, he took what he was given yesterday, faced a good amount of left-handed pitching yesterday, which he has struggled a little bit against this season. But those Minnesota pitchers were not throwing him a lot of pitches that were in the zone, and so he's just going to take what he was given, walked a good amount of times.
Drives that one into left. Back goes Kehoe to the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Compton will have to hurry into second, bobble by Kehoe in left, so he'll have no problem. A loud 2-out double for Brandon Compton.
Again, seeing right-handed pitching is definitely big for Compton as well, but that's that opposite field power we haven't seen a lot this season. You know, a lot of his home runs have been a lot of pull, and this time he's able to wait on one a little bit, shoot one deep into left field, and it's just so dangerous when a guy with his pull power can also go to the other side of the field.
Impressive swing of the bat. We talked about how he didn't get many opportunities to swing it yesterday with the walks, but he was disciplined. You credit him, not fishing at pitches, and there he gets one to drive. Brylan West will hit now, his first appearance since July 4th, and Huskies have to feel really happy to have him back.
Yeah, obviously, you know, in a pre-game workout, just took a stumble into the dugout, and so missed a couple games for the Huskies, but he's been such a big part of what the Huskies have been wanting to do, and so for him, just got to come up, be patient, which he has done. You know, we saw it in the spring with his many walks, and That's what we expect out of Brylan. He's not going to chase after pitches, and especially coming back, trying to find your swing and live at bats again. Even with the break only being, a week or a little less, you just got to get back into that groove when you go from playing every day to not playing for a couple straight games.
48 walks with South Florida State this past year, and the on-base percentage this year sitting at .463, and it just continued. He is not going to offer at pitches out of the zone, and that's quite a luxury to have for somebody in the heart of your order who can also really drive the ball.
Yeah, more walks than strikeouts so far in the 19 games he has played. And so it's just such a big thing because you mentioned his power, a lot of double power. And he's going to drive it into those gaps. But he'll take pitches like that one. That one was pretty close, too. Those are some tough pitches to take on 2 strikes.
No fear in taking close pitches. Got a lot of trust in his eye at the plate, and it has paid off for him. Outside, ball 4. Another walk for Brylan West. And it's first and second with 2 out.
Yeah, it's big time for Brylan West. Again, his first start since July 4th, so nearly a week, and just getting on base, after an extended time off has got to be big for the confidence of him. And Huskies trying to start a little 2-out rally here, and they got the man at the plate to do it with Cal Halverson.
First pitch to Halverson is outside. Good job by Sutton to hold on to it. And Halverson, on many teams, would have the best average, the best RBI numbers, but with Duluth, he's third with 32. But that, you can see, leads the Great Plains. That just shows you how much depth this team has.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible battle between Hallquist, Halverson, and Compton as the season moves on, battling for maybe some bragging rights in the team on who's going to knock in the most runs this season. And they are right up there in the top of the league with how good the Huskies have been hitting the ball. Obviously, they have hitters that are top in the league in batting average. 4 of the top 5 hitters in the Northwoods League batting average-wise are Huskies. They make up the top 3, and Halverson's a big part of that.
Halverson went 2 for 4 yesterday with a pair of RBIs. Was on base 4 times with a walk and hit by pitch. And he's ahead in the count now, 3-1.
Just taking what Shepherd's given him right now. And some of these have been close, and a couple have just very obviously missed. And Huskies hitters are disciplined. They're going to take what they're given.
3-1 is popped up behind the plate. And that's going to get out of play. Sutton was given chase, but couldn't quite reach it. That's one of our blind spots up here, John. You can't quite see into foul ground behind home.
Yeah, there's not a lot of blind spots. I'm in the crow's nest, one of the best views in baseball with everything we're able to see up here, but that is the one that kind of gets out of reach.
The payoff to Halverson with the runners going is outside, ball 4. Back-to-back tough walks for Duluth to load up the bases.
Again, these are Carson Shepherd's first and second walks of the season. Again, very small sample size, but he has not walked a whole lot, and the Huskies have a big opportunity to take advantage here early as we're going to get a early mound visit here from Thunder Bay.
Shepherd up to 19 pitches in the inning, and Huskies have done a really good job putting pressure on him in these at-bats. Great discipline from West and Halverson, and this is the kind of first inning that you're looking for against a guy who's been really solid this summer so far.
Yeah, again, the key for the Huskies has been getting into the bullpen. We saw it yesterday with Minnesota after a really nice start from Logan Olson, but the second they got into that bullpen, they were able to take advantage. Obviously, they had the big 6-run bottom of the 5th, scored 8 runs in the 7th. And so the earlier you can get into the bullpen and make that starting pitcher work, as you look at the total team runs scored, trying to add to that total. Right now, second in the league, but their offense has been humming as of late with the 27 runs in the last 2 games.
16 yesterday. And the Huskies trailed early in the game. Things were looking a little dicey, and then they exploded offensively and came up with a very decisive victory.
Yeah, 5-2 they were trailing, headed into the bottom of the fifth. But again, it was right when they got to that bullpen of Minnesota when things started to click. They walked a lot, walked 11 times. That's what this team does a lot to set up their run scoring opportunities, is just getting on base whatever way they can. And the Mud Puppies were giving them a lot of opportunities yesterday.
It's a good fight back from Shepard to get it to 0-2 on Jared Medham. Working with the bases loaded. 0-2 is high. Close pitch there, 1-2.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitch on an 0-2. Went high with a fastball. That fastball sitting mid-8s right now. Fastball's what we're going to see a lot from him. He does work slider 27% of the time, changeup 10% of the time. And when he's able to mix in those other pitches with that mid-80s fastball, when that is working, he is a very hard man to stop.
You have to credit the Huskies' discipline in this inning so far. 3 consecutive long counts. 2-2 to Medham is driven into right. Johnstone is there, and he's got it. So a big job by Shepard to get out of it and strand the bases loaded. We'll go to the top half of the second. No score. You're watching the Northwoods League Baseball Network.